I have in front of me here a roll of global 200 metre fibre optic pre-terminated cable that comes with FC and PC connections on it. You can see the actual roll of cable here, and just in the front you can actually see the pre-terminated connector here, and there's a similar one just in the bottom here as well. So they've actually designed it in such a way that it's just immediately when you have the roll you can get access both connectors on both ends. If we come along and look at the actual construction of the roll here, it's MDF here, and what we have is just 3 pins through the centre. So it's a very strong, robust roll for holding the cable itself. There's a label on the front here, just gives the description of the cable. It gives the specifications, the overall length, which is obviously key, particularly if you're stocking a range of different lengths, and it's just the part number here, but basically it's part of the Global Intercom 700 series. Okay, all the pre-terminated rolls we have are. If you look at the actual specifications of the cable itself, the key thing is the outer diameter on it is 3 millimeters, and the coating on the outside is PVC, which makes it suitable for both internal and external use. There's a steel armour layer to it, gives a lot of protection to the inner cable and gives strength to the cable as well. And it's LSZH rated, the PVC coating on the outside, which means that it's low smoke, zero halogen. This is very important, we'll say, for commercial use, because it's often a legal requirement that it be so. So basically it's non-halogenated, flame retardant, so if there's a fire it won't release dangerous smoke. If we come along and actually look at the construction of the connector and the cable itself then, what we have in the front here is just a connector. I've removed the dust cap, which you can see here, and inside this plastic cover here is the actual fibre optic cable itself. Okay, what we have here is obviously the dust cap be on at all times, simply because you can't afford to get any type of contamination in a fibre optic cable. If we come along here and we looked at there's a small notch on this, and it's just on the connector itself, and it just allows it to be lined up, inserted, and what we can do then is we can use the casing in the outside to screw and lock it into position. What we can do then is, if we look at the cable itself, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's the outer diameter is 3 millimeters. Inside there we have this braiding, which you can see, and inside there we have the actual steel armour. Inside there there's a protective layer, and finally in the very centre what we have then is we have the fibre optic cable itself. Now, the diameter on the fibre optic part of it is actually only 0.25 millimeters, so less than a tenth of the overall thickness of the cable is made up by the fibre optic part, and the rest of it is all about giving protection to the cable. Now, if we looked at the range of uses that this can be put to, well, it's used very widely in the telecommunications industry for high-speed data transfer and also for TV distribution. Indeed, fibre optic is so flexible it could be used for a combination of these together, and we see a lot of telecommunications companies doing that, offering, say, broadband and TV, etc., down a single cable. What we have inside the range in terms of pre-terminated cable, we have it from 5 metres all the way up to 200 metre cables here, and there's about 7 cables inside that range, so it's well punctuated in terms of the distances through the range. Along with the cables themselves, we also stock, with say, joiners, but we'd also have a range of splitter switches, and also, we'll say, fibre optic LNBs, virtual LNBs, quattros, etc. And that's particularly of interest to people who are using this in conjunction with, we'll say, something like Sky Homes, where a single fibre optic dish is put in and distributed to a huge number of apartments, and you're able to run all the signal down through the fibre optic. So that's it anyway, an overview of the role of global 200 metre fibre optic pre-terminated cable.